With graduation season underway now, many graduates are entering a pretty difficult job market. We've been talking about how expensive everything is. Job market filled with uncertainty, and experts say financial preparation may be just as important as landing that first job. Joining us now, Leah Collins, financial expert and also TEDx speaker and host of OWN's Maxed Out. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so used to doing letters all day with OWN. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be
Absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. A lot of graduates entering a really tough and unpredictable job market. It's like that for a lot of people, but especially those recent grads. So what's the biggest financial mistake you see that young adults tend to make after they get that degree?
I think one of the biggest mistakes is not paying back their student loans. So oftentimes people just kind of forget about it or hope that it figures itself out. There is a grace period for about 6 months after you graduate school, but then after that, you do need to start paying those student loans back. So I would think that's the biggest thing because student loans don't go away. They're forever. You
Right.
can't discharge them in bankruptcy. They will always be there.
I'm sure they just seem so, insurmountable, but that's a great first tip there. So many recent grads struggling to even find stable work, maybe work in their, what they thought was going to be their career field. So how can they budget smartly when income is not consistent?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand that. I graduated during the Great Recession, right? So I understand what that feels like. One of the first things I did was, like you mentioned, I created a budget. I also stayed with my family for a while. For a year after
Mm.
school, I stayed with my parents rent free. And then after a year, they started charging me a little bit of rent. So during that year while I was staying there rent free, I stashed money away. Also, maybe do roommates. Take whatever job makes sense for you, right? So initially when I graduated, I couldn't find anything in my career field, so I did different jobs until I was able to land something in my career field. But be very intentional about how you spend your money. It may be hard initially. You graduate, you don't have that dream job that you thought you would have, but things will eventually turn around.
For the parents watching here, what are some ways that we parents can help with our adult graduates now out of college without sort of jeopardizing our own financial health? What I'm finding is retirement sort of butts right up to the years when the kids are finished school. So what's the advice for the parents?
Yes, that is a great question. I'm glad you asked that because I see so many parents who are taking care of their adult children and then retirement comes and they have to work through retirement. They can't retire.
Yeah.
So one of the best ways is to sit down with them and help them budget. Teach them about financial literacy. The best thing that you can do is teach your child about financial literacy so that way you're not enabling them, you're empowering them to make better financial decisions. And if you can let your child live with you for a while so that they
Mhm.
can save money. Usually our housing expenses are the biggest expense. That's something that you could do as well.
We got about 10 seconds. What do you think about multiple streams of income for graduates?
Initially, I think that's great. So when I first graduated college, I was working at a gym. I was the host at a sports bar, and then I eventually got my 9 to 5 job. And I was doing all three of those at one time. When you're young, you don't have many obligations, kids, marriage. I think that is the time to do it. If you don't want to have a standard 9 to 5 job, you can have something on the side. Use your skills. What are you interested in? What do people tell you you're good at? And figure out a way to monetize that.
I love it. All great advice, but it all starts with budgeting and paying back those student loans. That's you got to do it. That's the first thing. All right, that's Leah Collins, and she is with OWN's Maxed Out, the host of that show. Thank you so much.